This is going to be a big cleanup process. This retardant is just as thick as mud here, and you can see it kind of covering these cars along the street. It's wet and it's sticky and it's everywhere. We went out with a search crew earlier today where the mud was knee deep, much like this right now. Even on full-grown men, it was waist deep at some points, really inaccessible. The roads you cannot go in. They had to hike miles and miles through driveways, through what used to be roads, homes. It's just been complete destruction in multiple areas around the main city of Ventura, all the way to Ojai. I saw what were once beautiful big homes just completely reduced to ash and rubble. Everything just absolutely torched. Now crews are only able to do quick area surface searches because the mud is so deep. When they get the chance, they will bring more heavy equipment in to help their search, more cadaver dogs to look for any signs of survivors through all of this mud. It's been an incredibly devastating day, and they will be working through the night and early morning hours looking for any survivors. Hey guys, Megan Abundis here. I'm at Camp Whittier. Earlier today, I went out with damage assessment teams to look at just what this Whittier fire has done. When I was here just a bit ago, there were people lined up on this street watching the fire. However, they have all been evacuated. We are on Highway 101, and the Thomas Fire has just recently hopped over the 101 to both lanes now. There it is. Now in this area where we're at, there are absolutely no firefighters. They are very ordinary looking hooks about the size of my hand. Looking at it, you might not realize that it's actually a hidden camera. Are asking people to look twice at coat hangers in public bathrooms. Just less than a year ago, police in Florida found 3 of these coat hangers in 3 separate women's bathrooms. The piece of the polybutylene water pipe that broke. You can actually see a part of the crack right here. The people who use it say this bridge isn't wide enough or safe enough for pedestrians and drivers. Investigators say people were stuffing their cigarette butts into the wedge of this wall. I talked to found 2 bullets in her car. Take a look at this. One, she ran over and it lodged into her tire. The other straight through her headlight. It started from a chain dragging from the back of a truck, causing sparks. And as you can see, these fuels are dry. Just take a look at this right here. This is all burnt up right now. This is a lemon that has responded to all of the recent rains. This is what lemons look like during the drought. What is your favorite ride?
My favorite ride is Starship 2000.
Whoa, and does it go fast? Ah! Oh my God. His adrenaline was still pumping when I was talking to him today. He said he was about a mile east off of the pier here when he came face to face with a shark.
When I first saw the shark, it was like a foot from my face grabbing on to the kayak right here.
Harbor Patrol says something like this hasn't happened in several years.
And it was about a foot. Its nose is about a foot from my nose, biting on to the side here. And then it drove me back, right? And then it flipped me over. Here's more bite marks from the bottom. And then I came out from underwater as quick as I could, and I was laying on the back like this, trying to hold my arms and legs in.
Brett immediately paddled his slowly sinking kayak to a nearby dinghy. Then a boat captain helped him aboard.
Okay, so here's where the tooth marks start. Yeah, gray and white two-tone right in my face.
Minutes later, Harbor Patrol scooped him up and brought him safely to shore.
My heart's racing. I mean, I'm thinking, not a scratch. It's crazy.
Harbor Patrol measured the bite mark at 16 inches. They have now contacted Cal State Long Beach Shark Lab to determine just how long that shark might be and if it was in fact a great white. Live and local in Santa Barbara, I'm Megan Abundis, KSBY News. Houses washed off their foundations, cars wrapped around trees, and structures compressed onto each other, all while the water keeps rushing.
People were in their homes and neighbors woke up with other neighbors' homes just disappeared down the street, down this drainage here, down the creeks.
The sound of a freight train, basically, and the earth was sort of moving. That was about 3:45, and that was when the first water came down the creek.
Now, crews search through the debris piles.
See if there's any surface victims or anybody we can pull out right now. This is going to go on for days.
Crews were able to pull out 2 young girls, one 14 years old and another girl whose age has not yet been determined.
It was pretty surprising. She was cold and tired.
Rescue crews say the 14-year-old was trapped under the roots of huge trees that had fallen.
It was pretty amazing that she walked out of it. Other family members, one we're still looking for right now. So it's just tragic what happened overnight.
When they can, they will use heavy equipment and cadaver dogs, but right now they're just not able to do so. We're still hearing helicopters searching for those who may be alive. It's going to be a long night. They're bringing lighting equipment and batteries so they can continue searching throughout the night. Back to you. Members on the street due to early releases from prison. They say this is something they want the public to know.
So this here is a bullet impact strike. As you can see, the paint isn't painted over. It's in direct line of where we found shell casings in the alley right back there.
Police say 3 prominent gangs have been in the city for more than a decade, but there's been an increase in activity just this month.
In the last month, there's been about 4 to 5 shootings reported, but for a community of 45,000 people, that's too much activity. This here's the impact of one of our shootings that we had.
I talked with some gang members who did not want to be identified. This man explained how he got out of state prison early for possession of meth.
Prop 47 let you out early?
About 6 months.
6 months earlier than you were supposed to get out? And then how long, when you got out, how long did you do on probation? No probation?
This man says he got out 2 years early for attempted murder.
But when were you supposed to get off though?
On my 23rd birthday.
And you got off when you were 21 instead?
Yeah.
Because of new laws like AB 109, Prop 47, Prop 57, there's probably an additional 40 to 50 people walking the streets freely where they should still be incarcerated for crimes they've committed.
Sergeant Arias says most of these early release criminals are active gang members returning to Lompoc.
And that's what gangs are looking for, to control territory, to bully people, to be able to run their criminal enterprise and not be bothered by citizens who are going to call the police or by the police itself.
But some say they want help and the structure of jail.
You need the structure to get clean?
I told her, I was like, you know what? I need the help. I need to be on probation or something for structure. You know?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Police say there are more than 700 active gang members in this city right now.
Quite frankly, it's like a vicious cycle. There's always going to be retaliation, and there's always going to be conflict with the two groups. So as parents, you need to be vigilant and know that this type of activity is happening. The activity hasn't really slowed down.
Lompoc police want parents to be aware of what their children are doing, changes in appearance, changes in friend groups, especially as summer rolls around. They say that's when gangs are actively recruiting for younger kids. In Lompoc, Megan Abundis, KSBY News. And these flight crews waste no time from sunup till sundown. They're fueling up and dropping water. Right now, they're trying to take off in just minutes.
The aircraft that we fly is set up to either have a tank or a bucket on a long line. So if we do a tank, we've got a snorkel on that, or if we do a bucket, we've got a long line, anywhere from 100 to 200 foot long line.
Those buckets can hold up to 320 gallons of water, weighing around 3,000 pounds.
This has been a pretty heavy year for us. We've been involved in several fires at the Santa Ynez helitack.
The initial attack crews consist of close-knit, specialized teams that make sure the equipment stays airworthy and safe.
We're doing basically a retorque of the main rotor mass nut, which they call the Jesus nut, because as it goes, it's oh Jesus.
And refueling works like a well-oiled machine.
It's my job to pull in there as quick as I can, pull the hose out, get him fueled up, and get out of his way so he's clear to take off. And I can get him up and out within 6 minutes, start to finish.
That fuel lasts just 2 hours. Then pilots have to return to base.
You know, I've got it down to a science, got a great crew, and we communicate well, and that's what it takes out here.
The Type 1 order of copters have now been filled. 2 are in Santa Maria, 2 are in Lompoc. And now tomorrow, all 10 copters will be operating out of the Lompoc heli base. Live and local, I'm Megan Abundis, KSBY News.
All right, thank you for that, Megan.
The bumper is clean, the leather is smooth, and the dice on the rearview mirror are ready to roll. But it was a long journey to get here, 7 months in fact. Grandpa Sheffield and his 59 Cadillac Coupe de Ville have history. The car has been in the family since 1987 when he bought it off Alex Madonna. But recently, it was involved in a crash, bent, cracked, and smashed.
There you go.
Ooh,
Just like new again.
beautiful job.
For 7 months, it essentially went through another restoration by Foster Auto Body technicians with parts from around the country.
It's pretty cool. When we were pulling up, I said, okay, I wonder where the Cadillac is. As soon as I made that turn, wow. Wow. It's like, wow.
You filled it full of gas?
And we are definitely going to go for a cruise. And we're going to have a blast.
Now the Caddy is back in action, and let me tell you, John only rides in style.
Just driving around, just people giving the thumbs up because they saw John, they know this car, and they were just yelling at us, cool, we love it, waving. He's a superstar.
Oh yeah, I got 3 car shows this month.
The kids, the grandkids, the community, everyone is just happy to see Grandpa back in his Caddy. In Santa Maria, Megan Abundis, KSBY News.